Hi there and welcome back to the Der Grenadier YouTube channel. It's been over a year, believe it or not, since the last video, and you people kept complaining that there weren't any more videos coming. So I thought I would get back to you, and we are going to do a series of smaller videos with some of the things that I have been improving on in the last year, which is a lot. So, in the meantime, I have started up a Funker impression together with a friend of mine that I bought this radio from. This is a Tonfunk G, but not a real Tonfunk G, of course. If you know anything about radios, you will see that there are some small differences. And this one is actually a post-war Russian radio that was converted to look like a Tonfunk G because the Russians based their radio on the Tonfunk G. So the Tonfunk G was actually meant for Panzergrenadier. They were stored in communication vehicles, half-tracks and the like, and they were handed out to infantry and Panzergrenadier to communicate back with the vehicles. So these are relatively simple radios, you could say, but they are made of aluminum, the original ones as well. This one has some weird paneling. This is resin, for example, because the Russian radios have a different design for this plate. So this was altered and then filled up with resin, which makes it heavy, but it's compromised. But these were used by Panzergrenadier. But you can also see some pictures where they were used by Fallschirmjägers in drop containers. Also on the front with different kinds of antenna bases. You can see them in static positions sometimes. So it's kind of weird, but they were originally intended for Panzergrenadier. So this one actually had a lot of work go into it. For example, the antenna base from the Russian antenna is still in here. This is a fake German antenna base made to look like the actual antenna base, but this one doesn't function as the original would, because this dial here would originally be to alter the impedance of the antenna. But that doesn't work, this is just a fake button. Also the locking mechanism is not real. And there are some other things, like these clasps are not as they should be. And then this bracket is also a little bit different, like this is also fabricated to look like the German bracket for the straps, but the Russian ones, they hook in on the back. So this one was closed up and this was added after, but the German bracket would actually you could take it out, so you can store this in a rack in a vehicle or on the back of a bike. You also see that sometimes. And then on this side, this is where all your settings would be, of course, but this is just a fake button. The dial isn't real. The voltage meter is not real. This is a box that you would take out, put it on your belt. You can change the frequency and such from outside of the radio when you're wearing it. Also doesn't work. What does work on this side is the on-off switch. That's actually how you turn on the radio. And then we have the actual plugs for the Doppelfernhörer, so your headphones. This is the Doppelfernhörer A, made in 1943, still has all the stamps, very nice original ones. And then you have your throat microphone. So please, when you wear something like this, don't think that you have to talk into something, but this actually has a little thing because these are broken. But of course it's a throat microphone, so these are your receivers. So press a button and you can just talk. It's not that complex, but you don't have to do anything weird. The most important thing is that you don't do like this, because nobody will hear you. And then the last thing I want to show you before the video gets too long is the actual radio that's in here, because all the internals were removed and then replaced with a modern CB radio. So there's a CB radio in here, and if I take this out, you can actually see the entire mechanism and thing. So you have your antenna tuner, your SWR and power meter, and then the actual radio. And on the back side there's like the plugs that go to the exit ports on here for your accessories. And batteries down here. The batteries that are in here, I had like 2 very large batteries in there, but it got so heavy that my back was actually hurting. So I put some smaller batteries in there, but they are still good for like 3 hours of actual use, like transmitting use, not just receiving. So that's actually quite good. So radios like these have an actual function on events. If you have 2 people that can talk, you can use that to your advantage. I actually bought this and prepared it now in preparation for the Monty's Man event this year, which is going to be in 1.5 weeks. It's going to start. So I'm actually looking forward to that as well, a lot. If you have any more questions about this radio, you can ask them in the comments. I might not get back to everybody, but I'm going to try to give you all the information that you need. If you're interested in a project like this, look for the Russian post-war radios and build something like this as well. And maybe we can talk on the event sometimes. That's going to be all for now. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you're happy that I'm back, please let me know, because that motivates me a lot. Otherwise, I might as well quit. I do this for you. Alright, have a nice weekend, guys. Bye bye.